Count 1, 2, 3, and don't you stop the music, get into it, won't you dance with me? Find a place and lose it, you can do it, won't you dance with me? Move your down, down, we let it go, sunset high and I'm ready to go.
Hey y'all, it's Marissa Nicole and welcome back to my channel and happy Monday. For my first official video of 2020, I almost said 2019, I thought it was so fitting to do another New Year's resolution kind of video, let you guys know what my goals are really for this year, because I am a huge believer in speaking something into existence, and even the act of telling someone your goals helps you to better keep those goals. It helps you stay a little bit accountable because those people can help you stay in check. If you have all of these goals and they're just kind of sitting inside of you and nobody ever knows about them, you haven't voiced them or written them down anywhere, it's really hard to achieve those goals. So I love to make these videos for y'all and also for myself. Before filming this one, I actually went back and watched 2019's New Year's resolution video, and I thought that was so funny just to, one, see how different I look in a year, but also how my goals maybe are the same but also different, and maybe for different reasons than last year versus this year. Overall, I'm just very excited to get 2020 started. I feel like it's gonna be such a great year and I'm just super excited. Before I actually tell you some of my New Year's resolutions and goals for this year, I do just want to give you guys some tips on how to maybe better form some goals or resolutions for you guys, but also to help you maybe keep them a little bit better if you have a hard time doing that. I feel like that's everybody's problem with New Year's resolutions, is they come up with so many great things that they want to do, but after January they kind of just fall off. I'm definitely guilty of that too. So here are some ways to hopefully help you stick to your New Year's resolutions a little bit better. The first one I already mentioned, but to tell people about your goals. Whether that's your mom, your best friend, your sorority sisters, your boyfriend, your significant other, your sister, tell somebody about your goals. Put them out into the universe. You are actually making them real and tangible, and you're more likely to keep those goals or New Year's resolutions if you do that. Let me know what one of your New Year's resolutions are down below in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys are focusing on or working towards in 2020, but then also go and have coffee with someone, one of your best friends, and just talk about 2020, talk about your goals. I know that Griffin and I had breakfast January 1st and we just talked about all of our goals, what he wanted to accomplish in his life, what I wanted to accomplish in my life, what we wanted to accomplish together. We just kind of talked about it, and that way I can keep him in check and he can keep me in check whenever we're not doing what we're hoping to accomplish for 2020. And for me, and especially the certain goals that Griffin and I have this year, that makes it so much easier to try to stick to them because we can and will keep each other in check for them. My second tip is to do some of your New Year's resolutions, if possible, with other people. Basically, everybody's number one New Year's resolution is to just eat healthier and work out usually. That's so much easier to do when you're doing it with someone else because it helps you stay accountable and it just motivates you to do it. So maybe find someone who has similar goals to you and do them together. Especially being in a sorority, we actually already started a little group chat for everybody who has like fitness goals in 2020. That way we can all keep each other accountable and keep each other motivated. And if I'm ever going to the gym, I can just post in that chat and say, hey guys, I'm going to the RPAC, who wants to come? And it makes it a lot more fun to do those goals with sisters or friends. So if you're able to do that, I highly suggest grabbing buddies to do some of your New Year's resolutions with. It makes it more fun, keeps you accountable, and just motivates you to stick to it. When making your goals, I would highly suggest to start small with them. I was making a list of all of my New Year's resolutions with Griffin, and his eyes just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger because he was like, girl, you gotta pick one. Like, you have way too many. How are you gonna do all of these? I do have a lot of goals and I do need to kind of break them down and start smaller, you know what I mean? My goal can't be to become a millionaire this year. That's too big. But I can do a smaller goal, like figure out what I want to do after graduation. You know, start small with those goals, something that's attainable and achievable for you. It just makes it less intimidating if you're giving yourself some goals that you can actually accomplish. And that kind of moves us into the next point, which is to create SMART goals. And SMART goals are goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. So with SMART goals, you want to have specific goals. So don't just say I want to be healthy. You want to say, how are you going to be healthy? You can actually follow a more specific guide to doing that. So is it working out, or is it eating healthy, or is it both? Make your goals measurable. You want to make sure that you have goals that you can actually track, note the progress on them, or know that you're completing them. Again, just saying, I want to be healthy every day. It's like, what exactly is the variable that you're measuring? Is it how much you've been active? Is it the food that you're eating? Is it time that you've spent moment with yourself or reading or something, whatever it is, make it measurable. Making your goals achievable is something important because you want to make them hard enough that you have to work to get to, of course, but also not something so hard that you'll never reach. You want it to be within that sweet zone. Try to make it hard, but also try to make it achievable. Making relevant goals to your life usually happens already subconsciously. Like, of course, you're not going to make a goal that means nothing to you or that it has no positive influence on your life, so you're already pretty much making goals that are relevant. And the last section of that are time-based goals. And so making some goals that may be long-term, ones that you're not going to be able to reach until the end of 2020, but also making goals that are short-term. So things that you can complete and accomplish maybe every week or every month, or maybe you're making smaller goals to help you reach your bigger goal. And so all of those things go in to make smart goals, and making smart goals for your New Year's resolutions are super helpful. I hope those tips are helpful for you when making your New Year's resolutions for 2020, or maybe you've already made some and you want to tweak them based on those. But now I want to tell you some of my personal goals that I have, or New Year's resolutions for 2020, like I do every year. And I usually section mine off into like my YouTube, my business, and then my personal life kind of goals, because those are different and they contain different items. So I do want to start off with my YouTube goals of the year, and these are pretty basic, and I usually have these every year. One being to stay consistent this year. I think 2019 I did amazing at staying consistent with posting. In years prior, I would just post whenever I felt like it, but last year I was really good about hitting my at least 2 times a week goal for most of the weeks. But this year I just want to be sure I'm hitting that every week to stay consistent for 2020. On a more personal level within YouTube, I want to get better at making thumbnails. That's something that I don't think I'm the best at. I usually just take a picture or screenshot something from my video and put some text over it, which is basic and it works, but I honestly want to do better to just make them more professional looking. And the same goes for like my editing in general, not just my thumbnail making. I just kind of want to get better. I want to learn more stuff, be more creative with how I produce my videos. In order to do those kind of resolution things, I have many goals, which are to invest in more equipment to help me do those things. So maybe investing in Final Cut Pro, because right now I only edit in iMovie, and investing in maybe a ring light, because right now I only film with a little lamp that's in my room in the corner. All of those things can help me film better, potentially, and then, you know, investing in Photoshop so that way I can make better thumbnails, stuff like that. And hopefully through all of those goals, maybe a more long-term goal by the end of the year that I've created is to kind of grow this little community that we have to 50,000 subscribers. That's a huge number for me. I was trying to find one that again is big enough for me to work towards, but small enough to achieve. I think and hope that maybe we could get there by the end of the year. Typically in years I've been like doubling. If I'm at 24,000 right now, it's basically 25. I'm trying to think that maybe I could get to 50,000. I don't know. That's what we're working on. So if you're not yet subscribed and you're watching this video and you want to help me out, you can definitely subscribe down below. And of course, a general goal of mine for my channel for this year is to keep being authentic. My main goal in 2019 was to be authentic and just show more of my real self and real behind the scenes, or just really how I am. It's not that I wasn't myself before. It was definitely a nice family-friendly, like PG-13 version of me. Moving into like my business side of it, which is kind of connected to YouTube, but more so like my brand, my personal brand of, you know, Marissa Nicole kind of things. I also really want to get back into blogging. If I do it correctly, there actually will be a blog post connected to this video. If it's together by now, I'll link it down below in the description box, but if not yet, be on the lookout because I really want to start my blog back up in 2020. I haven't posted on my blog for like 3 years. I don't know, I'm getting that urge again that I love writing and I love talking and I love documenting, and I just want to start doing that again. This next goal is kind of personal but also businessy in a way. I also want to just get better at sharing my actual life with you guys, because I feel like I'm more active on YouTube than I am on any other social media platform, and so basically whatever you guys see on my channel is what I'm doing. But there of course is so many other things that I'm doing that I don't vlog, so I really want to get better at using my Instagram stories, for example. And I think I've already started that with my trip down to Florida and coming back from the new year. I've tried to just story things that I'm doing so you guys can just, I don't know, get a closer look at what I'm doing, get a more personal feel for my life, and just document more things. That way I'm not vlogging so much. I'm not like working 24/7, but I'm still working in a way. Like you guys are still being connected to me as an influencer or whatever you want to call me. I don't have to lug around my camera. I don't know if if any of these make sense as far as like my business goals, but I'm just sharing with you for funsies. And then we'll finish off today's video with some of my personal New Year's resolutions or goals for 2020. And like I said at the beginning of the video, everybody has these, and that is to just be healthier with working out and with eating. Again, I'm making these measurable goals. I want to go at least 3 times a week to start out, because that is small enough for me to achieve and not too big for me to seem intimidated by the goal. And I think 3 times is a good amount for me to start out at. And whether that's going to the gym and actually like lifting or like working out with my littles or my friends or Griffin or something. And then I also want to go to just workout classes, because Ohio State offers those in our gyms for free for students. And so taking advantage of just the resources that I already pay at Ohio State, I want to do more of that. And for healthy eating, I've already started this. I didn't think it would be fun, but I've already started meal planning and meal prepping and just trying to eat healthier. You guys have loved my like grocery shopping series that I always do on my channel of me trying to see what I could get for like $50 at the grocery store kind of stuff. Those videos will probably still come, but they're going to be a little changed now because I've started meal prepping and meal planning. Griffin and I go shopping together and we spend an entire day just cooking all of our lunches and dinners for the entire week, and we prep them, put them in the fridge, all that good stuff. So Griffin and I made our first like meal prep dishes the other day, and we made some ramen stir fry and it was delicious. And then we made honey sriracha chicken and that was really good. And then we also made beef and broccoli, and all 3 of those absolutely delicious. And it was just so fun to like, I don't know, just cook with Griffin. I don't know, it just gives us something to do and a nice way to spend time with each other while being healthy and keeping each other accountable. So that one is a goal that I'm really excited to stick to for 2020, that I feel a lot better about sticking to for 2020 than I did last year when I made that goal, because I'm actually giving myself steps of doing that. You know, every Sunday we're gonna go grocery shopping and meal prep, bam. And I'm doing it with Griffin, which helps me stay accountable. So hopefully this goal is gonna go better than it did last year. Now you guys know I'm a very organized person. I love to plan every aspect of my life basically, and I don't think that's a bad thing, but I don't think it's always a good thing either. And so one of my goals is to, of course, just try to stray away from being so OCD, because it is hindering certain aspects of my life. And although I can't stop planning entirely, like I will go insane if I do that, I have instead tried to loophole that. And one of my goals or resolutions is to plan time for myself to relax, because I never do. I'm always go, go, go all the time. And so if I'm not gonna do it on my own time, because I always find something else that I need to do, I'm gonna plan it. You know, when I'm planning hour by hour my days that I always do, I'm going to schedule an hour every day for myself, whether that's just sitting down, watching YouTube, taking a nap, like whatever I want it to be, I will do nothing. And I need to start planning those things or else I won't do it. Another goal that I made in 2019 that I think started out really well but then just went downhill was to put more time and effort into myself, and I want to try to do that more in 2020. So getting up and getting ready, doing my hair, doing my makeup, putting on a cute outfit, because it makes me feel good about myself. And I said that last year and it really does. I just don't put time into myself because I have so many other things that I could be doing that spending an hour to do my hair and my makeup and put on a cute outfit is just like wasting time in my head. So I need to kind of rewire my brain and just make myself do that. And I did that today and I feel good. During Vlogmas, I went shopping and got a whole bunch of new sweaters, and I've been wearing them like non-stop with like real outfits and straightening my hair, and I have just felt like a badass bitch, and I just want to keep that going for 2020. I want to keep that energy going, and it's really not for anybody else. Like, I don't really care what other people think. It's more so for me. I want to feel good about myself. I want to feel confident, which is fun. And those are all of my New Year's resolutions for 2020. Don't forget to let me know of one of your New Year's resolutions down below in the comments. I want to see what you guys are working towards in 2020 and help me stay accountable for all of my New Year's resolutions. If you're not already, you should follow me on Instagram. And if I'm not posting on my stories that I went to the gym 3 times in a week, I hope you guys slide in my DMs and yell at me because I need to do it. I just want to stay accountable. I want to make 2020 my year. I hope you enjoyed our first official video of 2020 on this beautiful Marissa Monday. I'm also gonna start calling it that for myself because it makes me stay accountable for posting my videos on Mondays, because again, I want to stay more consistent and making it be like, hey, it's Marissa Monday. I can't say that on any other day. So I'm holding myself accountable and we're gonna get things done this year. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Don't know